Bell sounds. Hopkins runs across the ring and then steps away into fighting posture. Question one, can Taylor land his jab? Can Hopkins, at least at the beginning, take it away?
I just want to see how Hopkins deals with Taylor's power from the right hand. After that, we'll know a lot.
What'll he do to try to take away Taylor's laser jab?
He'll jab too, and he'll keep moving left and right like he's doing right now.
Taylor would like to throw 80-90 punches around. Hopkins' movement and his defensive skills will make that difficult.
He's not going to allow Taylor to throw no 80 punches around in this fight.
Left hook lead by Hopkins. That's one of his two most effective punches, the left hook and also the straight right hand counter. Both fighters relatively dry as the fight begins. If one of them is better warmed up, it would appear to be Bernard, who at least has a sheen on his shoulders. Taylor gets in a little right hand after Hopkins left hooked his way in. Jermain seems reticent to throw the jab because of the way Bernard is holding his left. Now he unleashes two in a row. Taylor almost landed a right hand over the top. Hopkins stops the action and gets in a couple of little shots. For weeks now, Jermain Taylor and his camp have been talking about trying to put pressure on Bernard Hopkins. Immediately see it's easier said than done. And this is a pretty big ring, or at least it has the feeling of a big ring, and Bernard is going to use all of it.
Every bit of it.
Taylor missing wildly with the right hand on two occasions. Is he anxious, Roy?
Yeah, he's very anxious, he's very nervous, but it's good for him. At least it keeps him to where he won't get caught with a big punch early, not expected from Hopkins, because he's very cautious right now.
But if he was hoping that Taylor would burn himself out early in the fight by becoming over-aggressive or trying too hard, that doesn't seem to be happening.
It's been a first-round war of nerves. And as the round comes to a close, boxing fans, many of you know the subplot. Lou DiBella, the promoter and advisor to young Taylor, former promoter and advisor to Hopkins. He steered Hopkins into position to unify the middleweight title against Felix Trinidad. Then they had the worst kind of falling out imaginable. It led to a libel suit filed by DiBella against Hopkins. A libel judgment won by DiBella. He is owed more than $700,000, which eventually he expects to collect from Hopkins. And Hopkins has said, I can't fight DiBella, so I'll beat up Jermain Taylor to exact my pound of flesh. Hard to imagine Taylor didn't win the round, given that Hopkins only threw 12 punches by CompuBox count. On the other hand, give Hopkins credit for the great defense of which we know he's capable. He limited Taylor to landing 1 of 20 jabs, 3 of 33 punches overall. But Jermain was by far the more active fighter. Pat Burns, Taylor's trainer, loves to say, my fighter's never lost a round in a professional fight. And of course, on scorecards he has.
Well, I can tell you now, Bernard's thing is going to look to wait this out so he can make sure he sees Taylor's punches.
He didn't see that right hand well enough and was momentarily stunned.
And I told you the thing was going to be how well could Hopkins take that right hand.
And now Bernard has some payback to do. Taylor has seized the crowd, lands another right hand to the body. That's the laser jab. That's the quick one.
Stop! Ain't no break now.
Hopkins gets in little shots to the body inside, hoping the damage will accumulate.
And the reason I said I wanted to see how he took the right hand is because if we remember back, Segundo McCarter dropped Bernard Hopkins with the right hand. He reminds me of the right hand power that Jermain Taylor has.
Taylor got in a left hook there and a right to the body.
And came with an uppercut as well. And he's making Hopkins become more aggressive than we've seen him early in fights in years.
He is testing Hopkins in these exchanges in a way that Bernard is usually never tested.
But he's also telegraphing that big right hand, so he's cocking it back when he throws it, Jermain Taylor is. So he better be careful.
Well, that's one of the technical flaws that Bernard Hopkins points out. And he says Taylor has an abundance of technical flaws. But the most obvious is what he calls the bow and arrow, pulling the right hand back as he throws the left. And he did it right there. But sometimes technical flaws won't hurt you if you're the bigger puncher and the better man. That's what Taylor says is his hope.
This is kind of fight Bernard Hopkins wants right here.
This is Hopkins' strength, really.
Stop now, stop. All right. You're holding, he can hit, you can't.
Jay Nady is, in the eyes of most, a very good referee, and he's very quick to break clinches. Taylor attacking again. He missed the right hand, but he throws Hopkins into the corner.
Telegraphing is very overexcited when he's doing that, so he has to be careful. Here's Taylor with the double jab in the right hand. Hit Bernard in an awkward place in the back of the head. Did kind of land in the back of the head, but that's a dangerous punch. And it looked like he's a little off balance, too, so. Then you see Hopkins leave with the overhand right there. It's kind of grazed Jermain Taylor. Wasn't a real good punch, but he's starting to touch the mark.
Taylor is impressively poised so far.
Neither man has landed a really big shot solidly. But Taylor has been the more physical fighter, has thrown more punches, and has had Bernard on the defensive much of the way. CompuBox numbers in 2, Hopkins 5 out of 20, Taylor 12 out of 39, including 4 out of 22 jabs. He's starting to work the jab a little bit more. Double jab there. He was gone before Hopkins could fire back. There Hopkins gets in 2 good body shots and a right hand to the head, and immediately Jay Nady says you can't hold him and hit him.
I think he wanted for a low blow action, Jim.
Low blow?
Yeah.
So the first warning of the fight goes to Hopkins.
We all knew that would happen, though. Hopkins playing a smart game now. He's just trying to wait the kid out, let him get a little tired, then he'll start to do more work. Good left to right movement to keep him from planting on his punches so much.
Body shot by Taylor. Hopkins dodged the right hand very effectively. 2 jabs land for Taylor. And another. Crowd is getting very excited at the young fighter's prospects here. The sheer physicality of Jermain Taylor is keeping Bernard Hopkins on the defensive. This is not great craft Taylor's showing you. It's energy. It's commitment. And Hopkins hasn't solved the puzzle quite yet.
Good right hand lead by Hopkins right there.
That may be a weapon that he'll begin to use more often.
And that's what he's trying to wait Jermain out, let him get a little tired, get used to his pace, get used to seeing the hand speed, then he'll start sneaking his little shots in.
Well, one thing's for sure. From that distance, Bernard isn't going to win any rounds. Because from that distance, Taylor can land. He has the longer jab.
Put your hands.
Good hook.
Good left hook by Bernard Hopkins. That one caught Taylor flush.
And he's trying to make Taylor get anxious and want to land punches, and he countered when he's doing it. That's what he wants to do.
Taylor attacks and lands a left and a right. Not solidly. Hopkins smiled, but again, the energy level belongs to Jermain Taylor.